Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and it's the 1973 Kennedy half dollar. We have the Philadelphia one here with no mint mark, and then we have the Denver one here with the D mint mark. There is also a proof coin which has an S mint mark on it. We don't have one here, but we'll talk about the values of these two coins and the value of the proof coins, and we'll talk about the largest coin that was made in 1973, and that, of course, is the Eisenhower dollar. And you can see that's also a D. Same size D on every US coin. Just because the coin's much bigger doesn't mean they change the size of the mint mark. And then we'll talk about commemorative half dollars that come out sometime. And here's a commemorative half dollar issued by the US government to commemorate the Statue of Liberty, and it's United States of America, Nation of Immigrants, half dollar. And you can see this one's from 1986. We'll talk about this after we go through the Kennedy halves. It's interesting to talk about some of the commemorative half dollars that have been released and what their actual value is. All right, let's start with this one right here, the Philadelphia half dollar. We know it's Philadelphia because Philadelphia does not put a mint mark on the half dollars in 1973. And we also know it's a half dollar because we see the G and the R signature down below President Kennedy's neck. That's for Gilroy Roberts. Gilroy Roberts did the front. Frank Gasparro did the reverse. Liberty around the top. Kennedy's hair obscures the E, some of the E and some of the R. Down here it says, "In God under Kennedy's chin, we trust here," in 1973 right here. This is not, for those of you who are wondering, this is not one of the silver, 40% silver ones. They stopped making the 40% silver ones in 1970. In 1964, they came out with a 90% silver one. The next year, they went to 40% silver from 65 to 70. And then in 71, they started making these copper nickel blend on the outside, fully copper on the inside, and copper nickel blend on the back side. United States of America on the top, 50 stars here. There's also pay into the original colonies with 9 stars here above the Eagles banner and 4 stars below it. And the 4 stars below are sometimes pretty hard to see. You see them down there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you see the 9 stars above and these kind of balloon looking things. And the eagle is holding the banner in its beak. In its claws, the eagle has a olive branch on this side and arrows on this side. And there's Frank Gasparro's signature initials right there, the F and the G. And this is a shielded eagle. You see the shield covering the eagle's chest. If you want to get the most expensive Philadelphia half dollar coin from 1973, there is one that is a Mint State 68, just a really beautiful coin, and that's worth $20,000, but they've only found one so far. In general, you're going to get one that's this level or a little bit better. It'll be worth somewhere between $10 and $28. A Mint State 65 goes for $28. They made 65 million Kennedy halves in 1973. They're already pretty much on their way out. Not a lot of people were using them. Some casinos, there was really almost no vending machines that you could use a Kennedy half in 1973. They also made them at the Denver Mint. And here's the Denver coin, and we see that D down there. At Denver, they made 83 million, so about 150 million between the two mints. The best Denver coin is a Mint State 67 Plus, and it goes for around $11,000. They've only found one of those. But the Mint State 65 gets you down to around $26. There is a double die obverse of the Denver Mint that can get you as much as $700. And the double die obverse will see some doubling in the letters on the front, and that's not this coin. If you want to get a proof coin, the proof coins can have some significant value. A proof 70, and the proof 70 will have an S here for the letter for the San Francisco Mint because that's where they're made. They made 2.8 million at the San Francisco Mint, and a proof 70 is worth $1,250. They've found 113 of those already. A proof 69, however, just go down one, and you're going to end up being somewhere around $20. Remember, in 1973, they did make a much bigger coin than the Kennedy half, and that is this Eisenhower dollar. So they made the Eisenhower dollars through 1978. Again, this is not a silver dollar. This is a copper nickel clad copper with the copper in the center. And if you see the back, you'll know where they got the back of the Susan B. Anthony dollar from. This is the eagle landing on the moon, a Frank Gasparo engraving, and you can see the FG right here. And they took this same exact engraving and put it on the back of the Susan B. Anthony coins. I said we'd talk a little bit about the commemorative half dollars that come out sometimes. And the U.S. Mint authorizes commemorative half dollars from time to time, but what you need to remember is they don't have any legal tender value. You cannot use these. And so here's one of them right here, commemorative half. Comes in a box. It has all this material and packaging. It was originally sold for $6.50 by the U.S. Mint, and it was to help preserve and keep up the Statue of Liberty. So you see it says Liberty here and God We Trust, 1986 here. And if we flip it over, and there is a mint mark on there too, and you can see that's the S. You can also see the ships in the harbor and the sun coming up. It's a beautiful coin. It's, again, copper nickel cladding, so it's not a silver coin. And then when you get to the back, you see that it shows the immigrants looking out at New York City from Ellis Island with all of their stuff. United States of America, nation of immigrants, e pluribus unum, half dollar. So while this was authorized by the U.S. Mint, it's not legal tender. You can get some of these that are of high value, but in general, you're going to be talking about $10 to $12 for one of these with the original packaging in the original box. There are some Proof 70 versions of this, and they go for about $44. So this could be close to a Proof 70, this one right here, but it would cost us about the $44 or so just to get it valued by PCGS. So we'll never know what rating this one here is, but the max you're going to get on one of these coins is about $44. Then they have no bullion value. So in general, stay away from these unless it's some cause you really want to support or something that you really think is important to have a coin for. What about the price of the Eisenhower dollars? Well, Denver Eisenhower dollar has some copies that have sold for as much as $12,925. They made 2 million of these. The Philadelphia one, they also made 2 million. And there's some Eisenhower dollars from Philly that have sold for as much as $7,600. But back to our coins. Look for these coins out there. They're certainly worth a couple bucks each, and you can spend them if you ever get strapped for cash. These 1973s are easy enough to get because they made 150 million, but they're not that easy to get even in this condition. So if you see any out there, ever see any out there that look really good, keep them, because they're not going to be making any more 1973s, and some of these could be really, really valuable if you send them in to have them graded. All right, that's all we have today from Big D Coins. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.